Daphne?
Good afternoon,
Wait, can you
Vanita.
hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes. And you see the screen as well, right?
Yeah.
Yes. It was heavy rain here. Probably the connection may get disconnected. Um, if there was anything happen, I will message you in the WhatsApp. Okay. Okay. Sorry for the delay, Christopher. Let's start the class. Let's start the class with a prayer. Close your eyes, palms together. Seek the blessings of our Guru God Goddesses. To attend slowly open. Okay. As usual, we have the three sections. One, we are going to discuss the Vocharams today, then followed by the horoscope lessons. Finally, we ending up with the horoscope discussion. Okay. Same as people. Today's Gocharam, Sun will see about our king and the queen. Chandra is in the Rishabha along with the Surya, along with the Buddha. Anybody can tell me what is the significance of this when the Chandra and the Surya combined together in one Rasi? What it is for?
Buddha Aditya Yoga.
Hmm?
Buddha Aditya Yoga.
No. Normally, I understand that. That was awesome. But when the sun and the moon combined together in Rasi, what that day will be? Okay, now I will give you the clue also. Imagine the sun was here. Instead of Chandra in the Rishabha, Chandra in the Vrikshika. What that will be?
That will be Purnima.
Yes. Now, it was an anyway, the new moon is,
Amavasya.
yes. This is the phase of the new moon that is going to finish already. The day the Chandra will move in a few hours, I guess, if I'm not wrong. Now the Guru and the Shukra is in the Miduna, Ketu is in the Simha, Rahu is in the Kumbha, Shani in the Meena, Mangal in the Mesha. Whenever there was a significance in the full moon and the new moon. These both days, the energy, the full moon, the energy of the moon is in the high level. The new moon, the energy of the it's a kind of an equation. There was no energy of the moon. These 2 days have a greater significance. When you do the meditation on particularly these 2 days, people who born on the Amavasya, the people who born on the Paurnami, if they do the meditation, particularly on the Amavasya of the Paurnami, they will gain the power. If you imagine this, imagine one condition, you are doing the meditation for 30 days continuously. What kind of power you attain? The people who born on the Amavasya, if they are doing a meditation on the Amavasya, they gain the same energy. That's the trick of the nature. That's the gift of the nature. Okay, this is the very powerful gift. If you do the chanting also, Amavasya and the Paurnami is the best days to do the chanting. Even the Grahanam, if you do the chanting, that is the best day for that. Let's move on into the Panjam. Tithi is the Pratipada up to 9:40, followed by the Divya. Nakshatra is the Kritika, followed by the Rohini. Yoga is the Shobhana, Adhikanda, Shukam. Karana is the Kimspigna, Baba, and Balava. Weekday is a Ravivara, Paksha is Shukla Paksha. And I forgot one thing. I thought to discuss about the Grahas combination. Then I decided, okay, now we are in the 11th Bhava. We will finish with the 12 Bhavas completely. Then we will discuss about the Graha combination as the one of the section. Okay, there are almost, it is 27, I guess, if I'm not wrong, the Graha combination. We'll go through it one by one. Okay, that's about the Pancham of today. Okay, this is for your reference. Even if you forgot once in a while, keep that revise this every time. Whenever you find time, keep this one slide as a keep one slide as an everyday reference, not only for a day. Keep this slide as an everyday reference. How that is going to help you? That is going to help you in a different ways. Firstly, This is the basic. The Kala Purusha chart is the basic, but there are the different theories around it together. Some people will say the Mesha is not the starting point. Some people will say Meena is the starting point. Keep aside all the theories aside, when you grow your knowledge, you can combine it together, that theory also. But at this point in time, consider the Kala Purusha chart starting from the Mesha Rasi. So this is the base. We should not forget it at any moment. What are the things you have to remember? The element which is involved here. What is the nature of the movement? It is the movable picture or dual in nature. Is the male energy or the female energy? Okay? These three things you have to keep remember whenever you see the Rasi. If any Rasi which is in the Mesha, that definitely will hold this property. What is the property? Agni element will be there, movable nature will be there, male energy will be there. Imagine a situation, the Shani was in the Mesha Rasi. Why the Shani was in the debilitated in the Mesha? This is the dry planet. It was in dry air. That was sitting in Agni. It is definitely going to extinguish that, whatever the power which is in the Mesha. So that's why the Saturn was debilitated in Latin. I will want to conclude you. These three things are important. All the time, whenever you remember the Rasi, in your back of your mind, keep that what is the element, what is the nature of the movement, what is the male energy or the female energy. Keep that in mind all the time. Okay. Okay, whenever you studying this kind of Vidya, there was one thing comes once in a while. You forgot all the time. Whenever you new learnings comes into you, the previous lessons will forgot most of the time. I'm not sure it is happening to everybody. But if that was happening, don't worry. When you move forward, once in a while, revise the lessons which were you forgot in the previous lessons. Okay? But that's nature. Don't get discouraged. Okay, I learned this 4 weeks. I learned, but when comes into the 5th week, whatever I learned in the 4 weeks, I forgot. That's quite natural. When you moving forward, okay. One more important thing about this Vidya is also. There are the things you have to mug up. There are the things that comes from the cosmic. So how much you connect with the nature, that much your answer will be. Now we are seeing in the 11th Lord. 11th Lord is mainly, 11th house is mainly for the profit gain and the fulfillment of your desires. Okay. Let's revise the last week class. 11th Lord in the first house. Most of the time, whenever the 11th Lord in any of the 12 houses, it's going to give you an auspicious appearance. If it is in the Lagna itself, the person will be very much good and bad. Simple. That's all the examples you have to read. Skip. I believe you guys will definitely revise that. 11th Lord in the second house. That means the 11th Lord is in the Dhanasthan. How it is going to help you? You definitely will be very acquire and achieve a high level of knowledge, high level of knowledge in art and other kind of research. Particularly, you will have knowledge in the financial management. If anything comes into the finance, you are the best person to handle. Okay. If you are involved in the joint ventures and the partnerships, that will definitely thrive. Let's getting into the 11th Lord in the third house. Okay, it is a Dhairya Sthana, 11th Lord in a Dhairya Sthana, and third house is also for your art, ambition, courage, everything. So when the 11th Lord was here, it is going to encourage whatever it is in the third house. Your courage will increase, your art and passion will be in a different level, different dimension altogether. Okay. Now, 11th Lord in the fourth house. This is the wonderful house. This people is blessed with all kind of the wealth and what the fourth house will going to give you. This people will be flourished with that. When the 11th Lord in the fourth house. There are the examples for this one. Now we are going to coming into the horoscope lessons. 11th Lord in the first house. 11th Lord is for your profit, gains, and the what is that? Fulfillment of your desires. Okay. Now the 5th Lord was here. What is the 5th Lord is for? What do you think? What is your thought? What conceive? The conceive can be the child or the thought process. The people will say anything in front of you, the thought is the starting process. Even if the laptop, mouse, whatever it is in front of you, in the building, whatever it is in front of you, the beginning, the starting point is the thought. That is evolved into some kind of the physical manifestation. So the fifth house is that kind of the significance for all this. Thinking, thought process, conceit, creativity, spontaneous activity, speculation, amusement, humor, entertainment, whatever analytical skills you hold, and also importantly, it is for the Putrasthana or romance, fame, etc. Okay? So here the 11th Lord was sitting. It is going to give you the benefit or not? Absolutely giving. The 11th Lord will going to give you different quality for you. First thing, you are very well disciplined. Because here, the 11th Lord in the first house. You are very well disciplined, you are determined in nature. Most of the time, you have the ability of creating an art in a different way. Okay? And these people are very clever with their investment. And importantly, speculation. This is really wonder. No one can easily attain that part. They are very much interested in investment also, but they know the hack of it. Most of the time, if they're trying, these people won't take the risk easily. When the 11th Lord in the 5th house, they try to take the risk in their life, the success will be comes following for the effort they put into it. Okay? And definitely their children will excel in whatever they are doing. Okay, one important thing about this, when the 11th and the 5th combinations, when there was the connection between the 11 and the 5, they hold the long-term remembrance. Even they forgot about the short-term memory, they forgot easily. But they had the long-term memory. It can be the memory of your 4 years old, 5 years old, 10 years of an age, or even you can go beyond that your lifetime. Your mother also they can able to remember. When the 11th Lord and the 5th Lord is combined together, their long-term memory will be, they can easily come into their existence. They can easily remember the things. That is a very biggest quality when the 11th Lord in the 5th house. You may see the peoples when they say the 11th Lord in the 5th house, they say, no, I forgot the things very easily. But if you speak with them continuously, they will tell you the story about when they was in the age of the 10 years, when they was in the age of the 7 years. And even more interesting, if these people are going for kind of the past life regression or hypnotherapy sessions, these people are easily getting into the trance very easily. Why this is possible? Because their nervous system is built in such a way that it allows you to moving backward. There are the peoples to move the energy into the forward. It's quite unusual. But moving backward, there are some people can do that, particularly for these people. Okay. Anyone have the 11th Lord in the 5th house? No? Awesome. And now let's see about the. There are the other peoples who create even our circle who name about them. Check with these people. I mean, for the time being, I'm skip this part, but definitely you have to see what. This is the proportion of the male and female 11th Lord in the 5th house. I have a different kind of the mindset. Most of the time, the statistics may work because the data will help you your knowledge in a different way. Try and understand the statistics whenever you find time. Okay. This one part we will see that at the end of the 11th Lord in the 12 houses. Okay. Padaka Sthanadipati. We'll see that in the. Okay, we'll quickly see that also now itself. Because I thought when we finish the 12 houses, we have the understanding about everything. Anyway, let's see about. We'll see that also earlier. You remember? the 11th Lord becomes the Bhatakadipati for which rasis? Anybody can remember that? Yeah, I'll show you this one. You can easily remember this one. Mesha is the first rasi, 12th is the Meena. Okay. Now the 11th Lord becomes the Bhatakadipati for which rasis? Yeah.
Vrishabha, I think. Vrishabha.
The
Oh,
11th Lord.
one of them will have the 9th Lord and the second one is the 11th Lord, I think.
Okay. Every Saram, Stiram, Upayam, every Staram will have the 11th Lord is the Bhatakadipati. You remember that point, right? 11th becomes your Bhatakadipati. See, okay, let's see about it as an example.
Yes, so for Vrishabha, right? So Vrishabha is 11th Lord is which one? Shani, I guess. No, Guru.
Now let's see about this one. Okay, now I have an example of Tula. Which is the 11th Lord here? The Sima is the 11th Lord, right? Why I'm choosing the Tula? This is the Saram. Let's see, is the mobile. Fixer, dual, mobile, fixer, dual. This is mobile. This is fixer. Again, dual. This is mobile, fixer, dual. We saw that earlier. Okay, if the movable rashis, I round the rashis which are immovable in nature. Okay, these four are the movable in nature. Okay, so for them, 11th Lord is the Bhatakadipati. If you see this, Aries is the one, Aries and the Cancer. You see this one, and the Libra, Capricorn. Why it becomes the Rashi is just that Sara Rasi is movable in nature. 11th Lord becomes the Bhatakadipati. Is that clear? Very simple, right? We already saw this. For the fixed one, anybody remember who's the Bhatakadipati?
9th Lord. 9th Lord.
Yes. For the dual?
It is the 7th.
7th. 7th.
7. Okay, that's why the people who born on the Karna Rasi will suffer a lot. Why? Exact opposite will become the Bhatakadipati for them. Okay, let's move. 11th Lord in the 6th house. Okay, here is an interesting point. The 11th Lord, who is the Lord for your profit, gain, and fulfillment of desires, is going to sit in the hidden houses. One of the hidden houses, in this hidden houses, it is going to give you what kind of an significance in your life. Okay? So, before that, what is the 6th house is for? 6th house is for Roga, Rena, Ripustana. That is for your disease, enemies, and your health. So that is health, the debts, and the enemies. And it is also representing your competitiveness, how far you in the work and how successful you can. So that is how much you have the competitive energy in you and how successful you will be. Now that is the 6th house. In that 6th house, the 11th Lord is going to sit here. What will happen? Okay, here is the thing. 11th Lord is for your luck and the money. When the 11th Lord is also for your gain and profit. When the gain and profit, where it is coming from? It's coming from your healthcare industry. Imagine a situation, if your 11th Lord in the 6th house, people will say, okay, work or earn money from the healthcare industry that will gain the more profit, more gain in your life. Why? Because the Lord, which is going to give you profit and gain, it is sitting in the 6th house. So you involved in that area, involved in that domain, you will gain the profit. Okay. Then now let's the second point. Happiness will be achieved away from the land. Most of the time, why this is coming? When the 11th Lord, who is an auspicious God, is sitting in the hidden houses, then some people will say in a different rule, will consider this rule when it was in the hidden houses, to make it active, to make it as the positive for you, to work in a way which is going to makes good in your life. You work far away from the birth of the land, or you work in a simple word, work in a foreign land. At least you move away from your birthplace. Even in your same country, move away from your birthplace. you will gain the energy. You will gain the energy. You will gain the new vibe in your body. So that helps you to gain the profit and the whatever the desires you will have, that will be fulfilled. Okay? The people you may heard about these people, the people who live in their birthplace, native place for a long time, they even nobody will respect them. But when they step out of their place, when they reach not even 2-3 districts away from their native place, they achieve the greater heights. Why? Because when the 11th Lord in the 6th house builds your work, whatever it wants to do, it will do, make you to move away. Okay. But the best thing is the happiness will be definitely achieved when you are away from the land of the birth. When the 11th Lord in the 6th house, the best thing is service is the best. The 6th house is also for the service. What does that mean? You work for others. Work for salary. Work. It's not your business. It's not your own profession. You work for somebody. Instead of you starting your own business, make it as a service to others. That is the best for you. In that way, you gain the love, you gain the profit. Most of the questions when you see the horoscope will come, how come I earn more money? How come I achieve the profit? How come I gain from this? These all the questions will come. When the 11th Lord in the 6th house, don't encourage them to getting into their own business. The service is the best option. Okay, here is an important thing. When the 11th Lord in the 6th house, it's not a good sign. It's the financial thing, it's going to the high, to the down. They looks like they reach their peak. Okay, the peoples are really in the high level. It looks like that the moment they enjoy, it comes down, whatever, it comes down deeply. And it is the stage they are going to live in. No, they again go up. They again go down. But they have to understand the difference when the financial ups and downs was coming. They have to be stabilized themselves. The profit and gain, they have to be. They will understand. Repetitive ups and downs makes them to give a greater lesson. One point in time, they become the financial managers. They know how to manage the finance. At that time, when it will come, when their finance was utterly down, that is the moment that they gain that knowledge. You may see the people, they were in that high of their world. That is the moment they have all kind of the money, they invest in the different ventures. The moment everything goes into vain, whatever they have in their hands, it's drained off so easily, so fast, and they came down. They very not even a month. This will be few moments, few days. But that is the day they are going to gain lessons. Once they understand, once again the up will come. So this is the moment that they have to believe themselves. They put forward, they hold themselves best. They should not exhaust their energy. So most of the time, at this point, they exhaust their energy. It was like they step into the eighth step of success. At the seventh steps, they withdraw from the action. It was same like this. When the 11th Lord in the 6th house, the financial ups and downs will come like anything. Okay. Most of the time, they rise in their profession. But who's going to help you? The Godfather is going to help you. What is the meaning? Some people who believe that these people are worth to follow. That kind of people may help them in their profession. These people are really competitive in their field. Whichever the field they are in, they are the best in there. Okay, and this is the people who are easy to be successful, or you can be succeed them easily. These people are not easy to make them do failure, and you can't even succeed them very easily. Why? Because the 6th is the 8th from the 11th. They explore many avenues and many avenues of the profitability because of the profit only in the professional life. Okay, most of the time they try to test They try to test the waters only because of the profit. They want to achieve the profit, they will achieve. That is the lessons they're trying to learn. But they have stabilized their mind. But when the 11th Lord in the 6th house, yeah, is that the learning lessons going to be within themselves? No, because whatever the lessons they learned, it also comes with the fear. It also comes with exhausted energy. Even if they learned many lessons, they are not able to put forward. Why? Because the fear is also combined together. It's a combined energy, mixed energy. It's not like, see, at this point, you know, okay, how to be success. But when you come down here, you know what is a mistake you did. But when you are here, you are not even learning your lessons. The lessons is binded with the fear, binded with an exhausted energy. One moment you feel like you can move on, the other moment you feel like you can't make it. But this is the struggle. Most of the time, they have to be compete against. Okay, how is this possible? Why? How come they become the high competitive nature? Because the 6th house is going to help them. If the 6th house, when the 11th Lord sitting along with the auspicious graha, and the 6th house Lord is also sitting in a good place, respected by the good grahas, their competitiveness is really in a greater height. Even if there was the fear, even there was the fear, any kind of an exhausted energy, it will cancel out. And they break the case and they come out. Whatever they want to learn, whatever they list, the lessons they learned, they implement in their life again, then they go up again. And at this point in time, they know, okay, anyway, I'm not going to be stay up in the financial level, I'm going to down. They know how to make the side steps. That is the thing here is this one point will going to help them in the profitability in the professional. Anybody having the 11th Lord in 6th house? Sorry? Okay. One thing whenever you see the hidden houses, the important thing is whether it is a success, whether it is a failure. Failure, it will become easily to you, but the success is it won't come to you easily. You have to really work hard, try to achieve that. Depends upon the lagna, depends upon the rasi, depends upon the graha present, depends upon the aspect. But in the general rule, when the 11th Lord in the 6th house, if you work in the healthcare, awesome. You work from the far away from your land of birth, awesome. Simply from your native place, work from your away from your native place will be awesome. Better you work in a service instead of starting your own business. Okay, you have to make up your mind. There is the financial ups and downs will come. If all things are there, then they are good set to go. There are the celebrities who exactly having the 11th Lord in the 6th house. In our circles, mostly you people may know about them. Okay, now 11th Lord in the 7th house. 7th house is the very important thing. Whatever the things which you face in Lagna is you. Second house is what you have. Third house is the Dairyasthana. Fourth house is the Matrusthana, that is about immovable properties. Fifth house is the Putrasthana. Sixth house is for over inner repair. And 7th house is for the people you face, who were in front of you. It can be a person, it can be a question, it can be any kind of the burning thoughts in front of you. That is your spouse, partners, boss, client, customer, whichever it is. That is your 7th house. In the 7th house, 11th Lord is going to sit. That is what profit, gain, and your fulfillment of desires. Lord was sitting in the 7th house. Is that good or bad? Very good. Okay. These people should have acquire or they naturally they have this entrepreneur's skill. It comes as a natural for them, as that it becomes their one of the habit. Most of the time, these people's spouse is the divine blessing. Fortunately, this is the divine blessing. No one you can see this kind of the combination. When the 11th Lord in the 7th house, it's a divine, your spouse is the ultimate divine blessing for you. If it was a divine blessing, they definitely unconditionally support and get the benefit from your spouse. And they can be able to make the good customer relation, whether it is in whichever the field they work in. That is a good customer relationship will be maintained. If they are trying to make a partnership in the business, the financial success will be assured. Because when the 11th Lord in the 7th house, if you're trying to make a partnership or joint venture, this is a good sign for you. Okay, here is the thing. 7th is the 9th from the 11th. Okay. This is for long travel for success in the business. If this one point a little bit confused most of the time. Here we are talking about the 7th house. 7th is the 9th from the 11th. Okay, so that you have to combine all together. But if you feel like, okay, no, this is not the moment, I can't able to make it, keep that as in mind, repeatedly see this again and again. When the time comes, the cosmic thoughts and the cosmic energy will connect you to this one particular point if it is the necessary. Okay? Anybody having 11th Lord in the 7th house? Okay, 11th Lord in the 8th house. 8th house is for complete transformation. Your longevity, your core vitality, house, it's a house of mysteries, hidden treasures, hidden habits, hidden knowledge, anything which is hidden. It's a mystery, the house of mystery, you would say. It's also established the pouring settle. That is the 8th house. 11th Lord, we know about it. It is the profit gain, fulfillment of the desires. Now, the 8th house is also the hidden houses. Okay, when the 11th Lord was sitting in the 8th house, your longevity is going to increase? Absolutely. Will increase. You will gain the confidence? Absolutely. You will gain the confidence. Variation, fluctuation, it's a kind, it can be, you think it is in the profit and remains, it will becomes in that kind of the study, goes time to time. There are the higher possibility. They have the special expertise in some field. When the 11th and the 8th was combined, they have the ability to handle the finance. Okay, one important thing you have to remember all the time. There are the some combinations only can be able to handle the finance. Okay. So, 11th Lord in the 8th house, it's going to handle the huge finance in a very efficient way. Most of the time, these people are well known in the professional world because of the grace of the 11th Lord. Okay, when the 11th Lord in the 8th house, these people have the ability to take the money from nowhere. You may not thought about this. Okay, this is going to bring the money in some form. Normally the people won't think that like that. But this the 11th Lord in the 8th house, these people can able to think the money can be come from nowhere also. Because normally the conventionally we followed some kind of the strategies. Okay, because this is the product I produce, this is the products I give for consumption, then I gain the profit. The life goes on like that. But these people will change everything. And they make the money out of nowhere. Okay. Okay, now this is again a tricky thing. 8th is the 10th from the 11th. Hold high position in the profession or business. Okay, this point you can include in your studies at this moment. This will give you the different perspective, different knowledge altogether. Okay. Anybody having the 11th Lord in 8th house?
Vanita, I have. Correct.
Your 11th Lord is
So the 11th Lord,
Moon is in
moon is in the 8th house.
Rishabha, right? Oh, sorry,
No,
sorry.
8th
Moon
is
in
Visha.
Mars,
Hmm.
right?
Correct. But moon is along with Ketu.
Along with Ketu.
Hmm.
Uh, the Ketu will touch your longevity? No, it will give you. The Ketu will do its work along with the moon's ability.
Are
We'll
you
see
going
about
to, are you telling me I'll stay long?
no, definitely.
Oh
Because
my God.
when the moon was in the 8th house, because moon is your 11th lord.
Hmm.
Then combined with the Ketu will do its work along with the Graha which is sitting in it. The
I was
Ketu
hoping Ketu will reduce it. So,
the Ketu will reduce, not your longevity, reduce the thought process. It will give you the different ideas, which is you may not able to take which direction to step into. Well, most of the time your decision will be mostly on the cat on level. You may not able to jump here, you may not able to jump here. You're always in the middle path, and then life goes on like that. The moon and the Ketu will definitely discuss in a greater level. We'll see about this one.
Okay.
Okay, here is the thing. Okay, before you tell you anything, I will tell you kind of an understanding what the moon and Ketu will do. You naturally will have the confidence. But when the Ketu was combined with the moon, your confidence will be shaken one way or the other. Is that happen to be for entire days? No. Your confidence will be regained very quickly. And there is a possibility of, in terms of the money coming and going, it can be a fluctuation will be there.
True.
There is a higher possibility you have a special expertise.
Correct.
You may have the ability to handle a huge finance. Definitely, you are a professional. What you know? Okay, this is the person.
Hmm.
You are not the person. You come and work. Nobody will recognize you. If you are in the place, somebody at least will know. In a 10 or 8 out of 10 people will know about you. Okay, I know this person who is here, who's expertise in this area.
Yeah. True.
And if you set your mind, okay, here is the interesting thing. If the moon was here, interestingly, see, only moon is here. And definitely you will take the money from nowhere. Okay, now, here the Ketu was combined. You don't have an ability of take the money from nowhere. No, you have that ability. But who's going to stop you? The Ketu will stop you that. Why? What is it? The Ketu will tell you, no, wait, the moon in the 8th house will guide you properly. The Ketu won't allow you to take the decision. It will stop you in the middle and it will direct you in a different way. And one point in time, it asks you to let go also. So is
See,
that
all of these points are true. It was true. I did have all these strengths in my career. But the moment Rahu Dasha started, everything disappeared.
Rahu this has started? Ketu?
Everything disappeared.
That's the Graha which is in its own place will do its work, right?
Hmm. So I had Rahu in my second, and when Rahu Dasha started, my expertise became meaningless. Finance was not available. Professional world collapsed. So there was no opportunity to do anything else. So all of that disappeared.
The Rahu will do that job because it was in your Dhanasthana. It will wipe out of everything from you. Whatever it will gain in your life, it will wipe out. But it is going to be prolonged like that? No. The 11th Lord in 8th house will give you the direction. But it's a kind of an ability you come out. The Ketu won't allow you to do that much easily. Want to understand where is your Mars?
In the 12th.
Mars is in 12th. Let me see. Okay.
Everything else is in 11th.
Everything else is in the 11th, right?
That is the same.
Your Dharyastanadipati is also Mars. So Mars was in the 12th house. It's not a good sign here. Even if you find an idea, the Ketu will direct you in a different direction, and Mars is also not giving you the exact courage. When the Rahu Dasa Ketu Buddhi was finished for you,
No. I'm running Rahu Mercury.
Rahu Mercury was in your
So 27 June, my Rahu Dasha Ketu Bhukti starts.
27
June.
this year,
No, next year.
next year. Oh, 27, 2027. Oh, okay. So that's an end of the Rahu Dasa, right?
No, Rahu Dasha Ketu Bhukti starts.
Oh,
My Rahu Dasha Mercury Bhukti ends and Rahu Dasha Ketu Bhukti starts.
Ketu Buddhi starts.
After that, you still have Shukra,
Yeah.
Sur, Ravi, Chandra before Rahu
Right
ends.
here, right? Okay. So
Okay,
let's
so for this slide, it was true. So it's not always true.
what is everything was true? Okay.
Everything was true at one point, but not now.
Because when the Dasha Buddhi was changing, we were
Correct. It changed.
the hormones and molecules in your body is also going to change. So
But Vanita, what if instead of Ketu with the moon, Rahu was there? Will the same chart hold good? And also in the Rahu Dasa,
story
it will
will be
be the
different.
good one.
Okay. Okay, now let's see it as an example. Okay, now imagine a situation in somebody's horoscope. Now we'll have the different situation.
The same 8th house with the
Kanya
moon
Lagna.
and
Now Ketu and the moon and Rahu. This story will be totally different. Okay? Here, the Ketu and the moon will give you the distance between the mother and the Jataka. The distance can be they won't speak that much, or they contradict with their thought process. But if he said one thing and the mother will be take the opposite side. So at least they far away from the thought process, or literally they live away from each other, or there was no mother itself. That happens when the moon and the Ketu will happen. The moon and Rahu, literally, you have to be away from your mother, one or the other way. You live away from your mother, or the mother is, you may not have a good relationship with your mother, or even your mother will be there. It feels like your mother is not living.
See, the interesting thing is, it was true. Again, after Rahu Dosha started, I am with my mother.
Oh,
See, all of what you said was true until the beginning of Rahu Dasha. But when Rahu Dasha started, I moved back and my mother is with me.
yeah, that happens. But this, okay, there is a difference. There is a difference. See, when the Dasha Buddhi happening, that is an action which is happening in your life. But this is your birth chart. It's a permanent snapshot for your entire life. Okay, now we'll say about moon and Rahu combination. There is no good relationship between the mother and the Jataka. It happens. It's there. But when the Dasha Buddhi was different, when the Dasha Buddhi was changed one year to another, there is a mild variation here. But for the moon and Rahu, the mother and the child relationship should not be favored. When the Rahu Dasha was already finished or Moon Dasha was already finished, then the situation may change. Okay? But when you're born, when the birth chart, when you are born, the relationship between the mother and you may not be good. And another thing, it depends upon the moon and Rahu in which combination. Now it is in the 8. The high level of confidence will be there. Okay, here the confidence plus arrogance will come. Why here the arrogance is not coming? Because the Ketu is the Jnana Karaka. He beyond the wisdom, even he have the confidence, he withhold the confidence with the wisdom. It won't be like an arrogant. But here the arrogance will show. The confidence plus arrogance will be exhibited in one way or another. And when they can able to handle the huge finance, but the ups and downs will be drastically high and drastically low. So there is a high difference between these two people. So okay, one important thing here, the moon and the Ketu combination won't give you the material benefit. But here, moon and Rahu, the material benefit will be really high. Really high means really high. But what you have to be care about, what you have to be most of the time you have to be cautious on. You should not take a huge financial risk which you didn't have an idea about. Like blindly you step into a financial risk which you didn't have an idea about it. That's it. The moment you stepped into it, you are jumping to you jump into a room, nobody can able to save you. But the material benefit you can gain, definitely. The material benefit is really high. But here, the relationship is no. The health here is your mind. The mind is going to make you steady action. No, the mind is always between one decision into another. Even in your life, you are trying to make one decision. Multiple answers will come in front of you. You are unable to take a decision because the mind and the Ketu was combined together. The clarity of action, you have to be try really hard. But here, the moon and Rahu combination, one here, the relationship definitely spoiled. There is no doubt about it. Your health, that is your mind. The mind will be it will be deteriorated in a very different way. You think really high of you. You plan everything in an exaggerated way. The Rahu will be always in things in a very big dream. The dream is really big. Can't even imagine. And the material benefit really super duper. But for the Ketu and Moon combination, the material benefits is literally low, and you can take it as a moderate level. But here, the material benefit is really high. That's the difference between these two peoples.
Okay.
But when when the Ketu was in the second house, Rahu was in the second house, that's a total different story. Why we need to consider that one also? Because exactly aspecting that house. Rahu was aspecting the 8th house. Here the Ketu was aspecting the 8th house. When you are telling, when you're reading the horoscope, you are telling, okay, this, that, and all. But if moment they I'm not like that, then you forgot one thing because the aspect of the graha, you forgot that moment also. When the moon and Rahu combination, she will say, no, you will gain the profit. You can able to handle the huge finance. You have to be cautious about your risk whenever there was a huge financial risk. Otherwise, your financial health will be good. And that person will say, no, I didn't have any money. The money will comes, it will be drained out easily. Because why? You forgot the Ketus in the Dhanastha. So the most of the thing, there are already I told you, right? You have to be combined with your graha, which is present, aspect, and the dasha. Combine it together, you have to give us an answer. So if you forgot one thing, it becomes the analytical your analytical skill will be not going to give you a correct answer. Okay, you should not miss any of the layer.
Vinita,
Um,
Rahu is supposed to give a lot, no, finance and material benefits. But he says in Rahu Dasha Bhukti, everything went away.
that's a good question. Okay, wait a second.
Yeah, even I had that.
Wait a second. Rahu's one interesting thing is, most of the time I told you everybody forgot this one. Okay, the Rahu is not able to give you the relation, is not able to give you the health, is not able to give you the material. Okay, here is the checkpoint. Is that when the Guru was giving you the wealth, it is a lifelong. It is generation to generation, one generation to generation. The wealth will be more. If even if it is wealth given by the Venus, it moves from one generation to another generation. Imagine you buy a gold, and it's a grace of the Jupiter. It moves from one generation to another generation. Imagine you buy a silver, that moves from one generation to another generation. It's a grace of the Guru. So you do if the grace of whatever the things which you bought, it's a grace of the Guru and the Venus. It moves from one generation to the another generation. Here is the thing. Our hero Rahu, what it will do, it will give you the material benefit, no doubt about it. Okay. It will give you like this. But the moment it gives when you are here, it makes you to drop below where you started.
Okay.
And is that able to, you can able to rise up again? Yes, you can able to, but what are the things you have to be cautious about? If the Rahu is going to give the wealth, and you have to be too much cautious, if there will be any financial risk involved in it, or you have to take a backup plan. One plan, second plan, third, fourth, five. You have the 5 backup plans at least if the Rahu was giving the money in your life. If the money was given by Guru and the Venus, you don't need to worry about it. There's the prolonged wealth. The Rahu wealth is not a prolonged. Is that clear?
Yes. Thank you.
But how do we know who is giving?
Okay, the Graha which is present for him, the Dhanasthana which is Rahu.
Okay.
The life he will, it is going to give you the money, it is going to the wealth, the confidence, everything. Yes, it is. But when the Dashabhuti was coming, it is going to do its work.
Okay. So Rahu Dasha, you have to be careful. That's what you say.
Yeah.
So basically, it will empty me out completely during the Rahu Dasha. It will
Exactly.
just empty me out completely.
Because the Rahu is going to do its work. When the Rahu is in the Dhanasthana, it is going to give you the money. I'm going to give you the material benefit to you. Absolutely, you take it. But you have to be careful because when the Rahu is in the second house, you have to have the backup plan, particularly for your financial. And one that Dasha was, that's why when the people will say, if the Rahu Dasha was happening in your early stage, that is okay. Why? That is the point you are growing up. You are not dependent on the financial things. That's okay. That the time was passed on. Then you already bow your biggest obstacle in your life. Okay, but when the Ketu, the same story goes for here. When the Ketu was in the Dhanasthana, you won't even interest to earning. But here it's not like that. You interest in learning. When the Rahu in the second house, your interest earning will be good. But when the Ketu in the second house, your interest in the earning will be less. This difference is okay.
Yes.
Now we'll see the horoscope discussion quickly, then we'll finish the class.
Okay,
Okay?
Vanita, I have another example. Not necessarily. I'm just giving. We don't need to analyze. See, similar combination, same Kanya Lagna, Rahu in the second house, Ketu in the eighth house.
Wait a second. Kanya Lagna, Rahu in the second house.
Yeah, and Ketu in the eighth house, along with Jupiter. Okay, so this person again was having everything in his life. The moment Rahu Dasha started, he got divorced, he lost his job, he became absolute zero.
Okay, the wealth will be really good, right?
The wealth was good until Rahu Dasha started. So after that, he lost his family. Whatever is the significance of second house, everything disappeared.
That Rahu will do that. The Graha which is present in the Rasi will do the effect for you. That's
So
why we have.
the reason
That's
why
why
I said is because Rahu does not mean abundance. Rahu also means destruction.
Rahu is distraction, but the distraction you have to be segregate the point. It is going to give you the materialistic benefit, absolutely yes. But is that going to be withstand the material benefit which is going to be withstand in your life? No. The moment it was having to get full action in your life, it takes whatever it is gives you.
Here, Jupiter has no influence.
That's exactly.
No, when the Ketu
No?
was combined, that was a totally different story. We will see that when we see about the Graha combination, Ketu and the Jupiter, Ketu along with the moon, Ketu along with here is the thing.
So Ketu has
Yeah.
a upper hand against any auspicious plant, inauspicious plant. Planet, is it?
See,
Oh, that's
Ketu
bad.
was having a more than a wisdom. See here, Mercury is the knowledge. The knowledge which you read. Jupiter is the wisdom. So above your reading, whatever the knowledge you acquired through any kind of listening, reading, whatever it is, above that it's your Jupiter, that is the wisdom. And beyond that, the Jnana Karaka, that is the Ketu. So here,
Oh.
the Jnana Karaka, along with the wisdom, who's going to give you wealth in your life, combined together, that will give you the different story. We'll see that when the shadow planet combined with the grahas, what will happen? That's why even though the Jupiter, the auspicious planets combined together, the Ketu is overcome that. If the person was trying to earn the money, the Ketu will tell you what is that and whatever it is which you are going to earn money, who's going to benefit out of it. Okay, no, I don't want money. I move on in my life. Because it is the beyond the wisdom. He thinks about the guru. The knowledge level is greater than that. You may think, no, this is the auspicious graha, it have to be important. No, the auspicious will be there. But the Ketu Jnanam is also will be there. Since you are in a different position, it make you to let go of everything in different phases of your life. Whatever the things that was interested, if you are interested in earning money, interested in studies, interested in art, interested in to say whatever it is in your life, it makes you to let go. And it's not the day one when you're born, when you have the Ketu and Jupiter combination, it makes you to let go the moment you're born. No. When the Buddhi was happening, when the Dasha Buddhi was happening, it takes a lot.
So one is combination. There is also this aspect on the second house here.
Yes. See,
so that is also lost, is it?
Okay, first thing. First thing is the graha which is present in the rasi. That is the first preference. It is 100% it is going to tell you. And the aspecting graha, that is the 50%. And the 200% which is going to give you the dashavati.
Oh.
And beyond all these things, if we want to deep dive and understand what is happening in my life, combined with the Kala Purusha. And if that, I want deeper understanding. You have to combine with the nakshatra. The nakshatras are. Then when you have an understanding about the nakshatra, you will understand everything. Oh, this is it. Then the moment you understand, okay, this is not the Ketu Jupiter combination. The Ketu was sitting in a different nakshatra. Jupiter was sitting in a different nakshatra. Imagine a situation: Jupiter was sitting in a Ketu nakshatra. Ketu was sitting in a Ketu nakshatra. The effect will be larger. Okay, now Ketu was sitting in a Jupiter nakshatra. Nakshatra parivardhana. The effects will be different. When one people was seeing the Ketu and Jupiter, why it is different from the others? Because they combine it together nakshatra also. The other people, when they are telling Ketu and Jupiter combination, why there is a different thought process? Because they combined the Kala Purusha. But what I am telling you, go with the layer. First thing, see which rasi it is. Keep that in mind. What is an element? What is the movable quality? What is an energy? Keep that in mind. Then what is the graha present in it? Give the importance to the graha which is present in the rasi. That is your first preference. Next, what is an aspect? Next, what is the dasha buddhi was happening? Dasha buddhi, you have to keep the first ready in your mind. Even when you are reading, the moment which you are reading and you see the grahas, in this dasha buddhi, in this this Rasi, this Graha was present, this is aspecting. Combine it together, then have an answer. Okay, is that happening at my, is this easily can be done? In the beginning, it's really tough. You have to spend hours and hours on it. It drains your energy, it drains your time, it drains your effort. Yes, absolutely yes. Sometimes you may evolve into a different person. That's the product of the side effect of this Vidya. But if you understand like this, it will be easy. But in the beginning process, it will be looks like a struggle, but I won't think it is a struggle because when you connected with the Graha, it will guide you. It will promptly guide you. Even if you have, if you feel you don't have any confidence, the Graha will guide you. If you go and see it. Some people will tell you the exact meaning of it. You read something, you hear something. One or the other way, the grahas will make you to understand. That's why every class we start with a prayer. Even if you are reading any of the horoscope, get the help from your guru, gods, Kuladevata, your ancestors, your gurus. Get the help from everybody. Get the blessings from everybody. Then read the horoscope. Okay?
But Vanita, one last thing. Sorry if I'm taking too much time, or maybe next class we could do. Now, my one question is, now that you know all these things, right? So, had you been in this place and you know your Rahu Dasha Bhukti is going to come, so would you be prepared for it, and would you have done something so that you would save all these things? That's my question.
I'm really, really very simple person.
Uh,
Did I read my horoscope? Yes, I do. But every time I combined with the Shabuddhi along with my life, I'm not that kind of an extreme. I want most of the time because you know why I'm this much simple. When you read my horoscope, you will really understand because my mind won't think that much heavy.
I know you're very simple, but you keep someone else who would like to retain it back. So, and also who knows it. So, are there any steps where he can plan early? Like, okay, mine is going to come in this particular time. So, I better be prepared and I do something like that. Is there a possibility, I'm asking? Or
Yes,
is it for sure it
really
will
high.
go?
See, possibility is really high. If you read your horoscope, this Dasha Buddhi was happening, and this is my Graha combination which I am holding. I have to prepare for that. Yes, you have to. But my thought process was totally different. My thought process was really simple. Okay, whatever happening in my life, I do the meditation, I do the chanting, I go to the temple. My job was done.
Okay.
If is there is any goal which I am having and I'm moving forward toward it, that is the thing I see my life.
Okay.
When you see my horoscope, you will understand why this kind of the simplicity in the life. Because if you see my entire chart, the sunny energy was really high and the guru was leading it. You will understand why this kind of the simplicity will happen. Yeah, most of the time I won't make it as a complex. Even when I teach my yoga also, my teaching is so simple you can easily understand that. I won't complicate this much because why I'm telling you there is the possible for answer to your question. When you read the horoscope, it is going to you definitely it will guide you. And I saw that there are so many people they do the prasana chart and the Gocharam reading for every day in the morning before they start their work.
Okay.
I'm not that much elegant, or I didn't have that much of patience in my life. My life is not that much complicated. I feel it was complicated for me. My lifestyle is very simple. If there was a problem, I do the meditation, I do the chanting. That's my solution. And most of the time, you say something.
No.
Most of the time, if you see, whatever I speak, I ended up with these three categories only. Okay, do meditation, do chanting, do go to temple, and sit, relax, and do the things whatever makes you happy. That's a simple. So if you get so much deeply into the things, right, that kind of the energy is also impact in your body. But it is not a good point. It is very good because you are taking your forward your life with some kind of a guidance. That's totally good. If you can that kind of a determination and patience, and you don't have that kind of the heart, your heart was really that much strong enough to do any kind of the predictions, you go and enjoy. But
Oh.
for me, if you ask me, my lifestyle is so simple. So simple means highly, highly simple. I won't go into this kind of the. I felt it was so complexity for me.
Okay. All.
Quickly read the scope and we'll finish that. Only 2-3 minutes only. Okay. Still now we are reading the Murali Sir horoscope, and his Lagnam is the Meena. Lagnadipati is the Jupiter. Okay. Now we are going to see about the ninth house. There was no Graha present in it. Who's the Lord? Lord is the Mars. Rashi is the Vrikshika Rasi. Element is the water. Fixed in nature. Female. Okay. Whenever you read the water with the fixed with the female energy, anybody can say how that kind of an energy will be? These peoples will have their deep emotional faith, and they're so secretive also. And they believe in the spiritual transformation. Is that possible? They highly possible for here. You may not even understand these people are spiritually evolving, but they are day by day they are spiritually evolved. Why? Because that kind of the water is for your emotion. Their fixed nature, they determine to do whatever they want. The female energy, it's a soft energy. It makes you to, it's not make them harm themselves. They step forward towards the spiritual transformation. So now, which house we are seeing? We are seeing the ninth house. The ninth house is for a Bhajisthana, Pitrusthana. Here, mainly, the blessing which is comes from your paternal blessing, that is from your father line of heritage, the blessing which you receive. What kind of fortune in your life? Are you able to get a blessing from your father? You can able to get help from your father or gurus, or how is your higher education? All kind of the things will come into picture. The long sea voyage means are you able to travel far away from your country or no. When we see his horoscope, there was no graha present in it. So who we have to depend on it? The Lord of the house. Who's the Lord? Mars is the Lord. Mars, where it was sitting, Mars along with the Venus. Okay, here is the thing. Mars along with the Venus, the third house. Okay, now one more question here for his horoscope. Is it in I intentionally didn't place the aspect? There was a one more graha was aspecting the ninth. Who's that?
Shani.
Yes. Okay, here is the thing. When there was a retrograde planet, the retrograde means it is going to give you the deeper that graha's significance to it. What is the Sun is what? Sun is called karmic thing. Whatever the karmic things which is unfinished in your previous lifetime, or whatever the things with the karmic lessons which you are not learned, then the Sun will be retrograde in this lifetime. And this Sun retrograde Saturn is aspecting the ninth house. So that represents your karmic debt. One thing which I can say, you may have the delayed in your higher education because of the Saturn aspect. But here, the Lord whose Mars was in a good position, that is in the third house, along with the Venus. So the Mars aspecting its own house, that's going to give the strength. Okay, here. Is there any, sir, is there, okay. Is there any delay in your higher education?
Yes, it took a little longer than normal course. It was, I had to do my project, 2 projects actually. One of them funding got cut, so I had to start all new, and it took a while. So yeah, there was a delay in completion.
When this retrograde Saturn was aspecting, the delay will be there. But what is the significance here? Higher education. Okay, now when the retrograde Saturn was there, what is an other significance of the ninth house? That is your father. Is there a distance between your father? The distance can be your thought process or far away from your father or whichever it is.
I was far away from my father for a few years, after probably about 88 to 97. So about 9 years I was away. But yeah, I was not too close. I mean, I was in the same house, but I was not really. I kind of, though I'm close to the family, somehow I didn't spend much time with the family, and most of the time I spent with my friends and peers.
Okay.
But
Now here
for 9 years I was away from my father at the end of when he passed away. Yeah.
when the Mars was aspecting in its own house, that's going to give you the strength also. Okay. What is it going to give you? When the Mars is aspecting its own house, it is going to give you the greater willpower. It is going to give you the courage to pursue whatever the significance of that house, whichever it is. It can be your spirituality. Why the spirituality here? Because it is a ninth house. Anything relevant with the ritual activities, spiritual related things, he have that courage. No one can stop him. Even he may not be able to stop himself. He had the courage to move forward, to step towards the spirituality, because the Mars is going to give you that courage. Mars is a ninth house lord and aspecting that gives strength to pursue the destiny, to step into the spiritual transformation. And he also had a kind of the courage to finish his higher education also. Who's going to give you the energy? Mars is going to give the energy. Give that energy. And if he tries to for the long travel, Mars is going to give you. Mars is going to benefit it also. Can you able to do the long distance travel? Absolutely yes. Why? Mars giving that energy. Even Saturn was expecting it can be delayed, but it's not be cannot be done. It will be possible, highly possible, because the Mars is going to give its energy. And now the Venus was also here. The Venus beautifying the thing, whatever his interest, his learning, the spiritual transformation will beautify because the Venus was expecting here. And the transformation will be in a different level. Okay. Other than that, okay, now you have the Purva Punyam or not? Absolutely yes, because the Mars and the Venus is expecting and the karmic depth is also here. The Purva Punyam will be in the 50% out of 50% will be there. Okay. Because the karmic depth will hold you the 50% and the Purva Punyam, which is having the Purva Punyam, will hold the 50%.
It's absolutely true, actually, because I never thought that I would actually learn astrology or maybe Vedas or anything like that, because I still feel that it's all like fulfillment. It's something that I haven't fulfilled from previous life or something. I kind of feel like it just, I'm just continuing where I stopped in my previous life or something. So it's absolutely right.
And because of this Vrishchiga Rasi, you go deeper into it, even if it is an emotional depth and the transformative experience also, it will be a drastically different one. The person who's experiencing the different Rasi and the emotional depth you experience in the Vrishchiga Rasi is totally different. It's because they go deeper than you think and they hold the energy for very long time.
And Mars is Atmakaraka for me. So it's kind of leading me into
that's
that.
pretty awesome.
And coming to the previous, I think you mentioned about nakshatras. My Ketu is in Ketu nakshatra and Rahu is in Rahu's nakshatra for me. Ketu is in Mula, Rahu is in Ardra. It comes to the classes discussion that you were talking about between Jupiter and Ketu, which one takes over, whatever. But Ketu, in my case, is in Mula and Rahu is in Ardra. So it's their own Rashis, nakshatras.
When Dashabhati was Rahu. Okay, one thing about the Rahu, which is if it was in stand, it's not combined with anybody, it's only in that Rasi. it won't give you any kind of drastic impact in your life. You won't affect you. You won't affect you in either way.
Plus,
Even it is
I won't get Rahu Dasha at all in my life, so I'm okay.
Yeah, he would have completed Ketu Dasha.
Yeah, I already completed. But Rahu Dasha will come only after I'm 100 plus.
Who knows? You may live beyond 120, right?
No, man. No. 82. That should be enough.
why 82? People will think about 84.
I can't tell you. 82. Sahasra Purna Chandra Darshana. After Sahasra Purna Chandra Darshana, a few more months, that should be enough.
That's a
So how was your Ketu Dasha?
Actually, Ketu Dasha, before 2013, 6 years, it
No,
was
because
not
your
bad.
Ketu is in the 10th. That's the reason I'm asking.
Yeah, well, actually, in 2007, yeah, Ketu Dasha, I mean, I had some problems in getting jobs and things like that because in 2008, I resigned and went back to India, but I never got a job in 2 years. But at the same time, somehow I came back to where I left my last job, to that place, and my old job was waiting for me. Miraculously, it was a miracle actually. That same day that I went back to that place, the person who had taken my job in 2008, he resigned on the same day that I was flying in. So I got my old job back. It was a miracle. So I think I didn't have much trouble, but except for a couple of years under Ketu Dasha. But everything else went on fine after that. Of course, I don't really look back and think about the problems much because it's past is past. So I don't really look back. But everything happens for a reason, good reason. Maybe it was a lesson for me to learn and correct myself. But it is what it is. So.
Vanita, just a point. If any of you are interested in playing with AI, you can just describe your chart to AI and start asking questions. The kind of analysis it does is just amazing.
Yeah. I did with Meta, I did with Google Gemini, I did with few other things. And I didn't even try it.
The reason why it's mentioned is because you mentioned about the 2-8 axis of Rahu Ketu, right? How it can drain and all that. Because Gemini was so beautifully explaining that, so I thought maybe just mention so that somebody else interested can try as well.
Yeah.
I have to learn using AI. Maybe I should learn.
So it's just like Google, sir. You just go to Google, click on the Gemini button,
Learn
and
how
ask
to
your
give good
questions.
prompts.
Yeah, you have to give the correct prompts. And Gemini was, when the time goes on, the Gemini was really improvising.
Yeah.
It is learning from us, actually, our inputs.
Yeah. No, it is learning from you, and it is also customizing the response to your needs. Like if I ask for a lot of data as an input, it does not give answers. It just gives me data along with the answers so that I get convinced.
And it stores the data for next
it
analysis.
Actually stores. Yeah, that's the privacy part. Yeah.
That's the part that I don't like. That's why.
Yeah.
But it's okay. Who cares?
As long as you don't disclose whose chart it is your disclosure. Just give the placements.
Actually, I always give my Christian name. My Namakarana was a different name. So it's because I was born in Vishaka Nakshatra, which for which the recommended letters for naming is Ta, Tu, Te, Oh, I think. So my grandfather suggested my name be Tulsi Das.
Oh.
So I go with the Tulsi Das in any of those astrology forums. So
If you're really worried about the sharing your womb birth chart, try with an AstroPan, right? The number of the charts was available.
Actually, to be honest with you guys, you cannot be anonymous. At some
yeah, I
point
know.
in time, it
Yeah,
will learn
one
the
point
data.
in time, you can easily drill down.
Because you are
Nowadays,
using your email, you're using WhatsApp, and
Well, if you're using Google, it knows your Google ID
yeah,
already.
and even
yeah,
it knows where location, which IP address, everything it knows.
Yeah.
But if you're talking about somebody else's chart, it will not know if you don't disclose all
Uh,
those details.
no, so what I found was if you want to learn about something, you can just tell AI to go search all the books and articles and find me a concise summary about this particular topic, and it beautifully gives you that. So that I found it to be useful. So if you guys are interested, you can try.
That's good. I must try.
Yeah.
Well, this today's analysis of my Jataka, I think it is kind of impressive. You said about delayed post graduation, and also about the previous Janma unfinished business karma from previous life and so on. I think that is actually, I see it happening in me, the spiritual maturity and the path that
Vanita,
I'm
which
taking.
divisional chart is for previous Janma? Because you mentioned it once, I forgot. That's the reason I'm asking.
I couldn't even remember right away. I will tell you. I totally forgot.
Okay, no, you can tell us.
I thought it was all Purva Janma Punya is all from fifth house, but I never thought it was from the ninth house also. And not, I certainly didn't know about Shani's retro grade and aspect on the ninth house. I never thought about it.
If the Sunny was there, it's going to give you that effect, and Sunny aspecting that is also giving the effect.
Yeah,
But the effect which is the Sunny, which is going to give you 100%. But here it is going to give you only 50%. Imagine the Saturn was here, it is going to delay you for 10 years. If it was only aspecting, it is going to reduce you for your 3 days or 5 years, just like that. But the delay will be there. At least for 5 months, 5 days, we'll get the delay.
Yeah, it was 2 years delayed almost for me.
So, we'll see you on next week then.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you
Thank
very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Vanita.